I like how we dance to our opening theme song. It is kind of danceable, though, right?
Yeah, it's very peppy.
Yeah.
Are we going to have the same song every time, or are we going to switch it up?
No, it's the same song. Have you ever not watched like
So
late
it's
night
like
TV?
intro. Okay.
Yeah, it's our intro music to the Bradley J and Shayla show. Welcome to another episode. Thanks for joining us. We are live on Facebook, the 94.5 Country Facebook. We're live on the 94.5 YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel every Wednesday, unless Shayla's busy trying to learn how to be a parent to triplets. We will be here Wednesdays at 6:00, doing what we do, talking about, I don't know, things that are going on, things that we find interesting, just anything. And I guess you're pretty excited for today. And why is that?
It's the first day of summer, and summer is my favorite time of the year. Love it.
Why is summer your favorite time of the year? I mean, besides the obvious things like it's warmer, it's sunny, you can get a tan. What else do you love about the first day of summer?
I mean, everyone's in a good mood over the summer because it's, summer barbecues. There's things to do. There's so many things to do in the summer. But
Okay,
I like going to the pool. I like being in the sunshine, all that stuff.
Well, especially because you have a new niece too.
Yes.
So you can do exciting things with her. I know kids always love being out in the sun, being out in the fun and stuff like that. And since you did bring this up, I do have to ask you, there's a new survey that collected the top moments people love about summer. And you mentioned some of them. One of the things people love is that the days are longer. You get more sunlight. The sun doesn't go down till what, like 9:30? Yeah,
the day lasts so long. I love that. Mm-hmm.
It is true. I don't know if I love it because it makes me want to, because the only reason is because it makes me want to stay up. Like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's light out. And I'll be thinking it's like 7:00 and it's 9:00. And I'm like, oh my God, I haven't got any of the stuff done that I was going to do today. And I got to go to bed here, pretty quick. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, I do like it that the days are longer, but that sometimes.
I feel like my mood is really based upon the weather. So in the summer when there's so much sunshine and the days last longer, I don't feel as tired as I do in the winter. In the winter when it's gloomy and the days are short, I just feel tired and I don't like it, but I'm full of energy in the summer. I'm ready to go.
Do you sleep with the windows open in the summer or is it too hot?
No, that's too hot. Oh my gosh. Do you?
No, I don't ever sleep with the windows open, even in the fall or spring or anything. I do like getting
a tan. Might come in and get me. I wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, the boogeyman.
Yeah,
boogeyman. He or she is out there. I like getting a tan in the summer. That's one thing I do like about the summer. I enjoy the summer because I do like a tan. Real quick before we get to our big subjects, which your husband has weighed in on Facebook already. He looked at the 2 questions and all he posted on Facebook was, "Oh no."
Yeah.
So we'll get to those coming up, but I do want to ask you, summer outdoor activity, you can only pick one. What is it?
Swimming.
Okay.
Biking?
I can ride my bike. I get up.
I saw you today. Did you go biking this morning?
I did, out by Lake Shawnee.
I think I passed you. I saw your bike on the back of your car.
Yeah.
At 17th and Fairlawn. I was watching you.
I was coming back because it probably would have been around 7:30 or so. Yeah. Yeah. That was me.
That was me. Early. Oh my God.
I get up at 6. Yeah, I get up at 6:00 and I'm out at Lake Shawnee around 6:20, 6:25, and then I'm back home in an hour. So I ride my bike for 44 minutes or so, load up, and then I head back, and then I come to work.
Good for you. That's awesome.
I've done it twice. It's taken me a while to get here, but hopefully I can keep it going. Bike riding. Summer flavor. What's your favorite summer flavor?
Summer flavor? I don't know.
No, you don't have to have one. Maybe you don't have one.
Specific flavor. Speaking of foods, I love s'mores in the summer, BLTs.
So that would be a flavor, like bacon. You like a BLT, that's a flavor. Yeah, the flavor of a BLT. I like watermelon. Watermelon's a great flavor for me in the summertime.
I don't like watermelon. I don't know why. I just feel like it's very plain.
Summer smell. What's your top summer smell in the summer?
Grilling, obviously.
Yeah. That,
Fresh cut grass.
that's
That's a
mine.
good one. Yeah.
That's mine. Fresh cut grass is my favorite summer smell. Okay, so again, you can weigh in when we start talking about our deep secrets on the show, which is what we're getting ready to do. And this one, Shayla doesn't really like to talk about this one. It's about children. And it's not because she doesn't like children, it's because
You
she's
make
not
me sound
ready.
like a witch.
I know. It's because Shayla's not, I don't think, I think you've said it before, like you're not ready for children. So, should you rush to have kids or wait? Now, I want to set this up because I read what Chris Pratt, the actor, had to say on this. He believes that couples should rush to have kids instead of waiting. He's like, get right into it. He said, every day you wait is a day you don't have your kids in your life. The younger you have kids, the more time they get to have with you, which is all true.
That
Because if
is fair.
they're not here, you can't spend time with it. So he thinks you should rush right in. You and Gustavo, have you talked about kids at all?
Yeah, we've talked about kids. Like we're going to have kids someday, but at this present time, we're not ready for kids. No.
So like financial wise or like maturity wise or is
Have
it
you met Gustavo? It's maturity wise. No.
because like sometimes like people do because they don't I've heard friends of mine, they're like, oh, we're having kids early because like I want to have kids, get them through school and all that kind of stuff, and then get them out of the house, and then I can be young when I retire. I've had friends that have said that when they've
I've
talked
heard
about
people
it.
say that too. Yeah.
So what is the reason that you don't want to have rush right into having kids right now?
So I think the reason for Gustavo and I is just because our situation is so different with him just moving here from another country just last year. So we are still like in the immigration process of having him permanently here. Dear Lord, if something were to happen and he got sent back, that is a long way for drop off. So I am not about to do that. So I need him to permanently have a card that says I am here. So we just don't feel like we're settled yet. I think that's what our thing is.
So if he was settled, like say all your immigration stuff was worked out, he's here to stay, he's not going anywhere, do you think Gustavo would say like, okay, let's have kids now? Or do you still think he's like, no, let's put it on the bird? Because he's a doctor, but he has to get everything. He's a doctor in Brazil, but he has to get all the stuff here in America. Which is a long explanation, but yes, but he has to get all that stuff. Do you think like right now, if he was here in America, like to stay, would you guys rush to have kids or would you still wait?
I mean, we would maybe have kids earlier than expected. Like if immigration was all figured out, if he had started his residency already, like we were in it, we were both at the place in our lives where, we felt good about it, then yeah, I'd be ready for kids.
I'd like to hear a comment we got 3 people out there and rushing into, should you rush to have kids or wait? I'd love to hear like people weigh in on this because I don't have kids. And some people go like, oh, you can't comment. I'm like, I can say whatever I want about things. But I always tell people, and I'd like, wait until you're 30. Like, and then people are like, oh, that's too old. You can't, you got to have them sooner than that. You don't know anything about a woman's body. And I'm like, I'm just thinking like 30, you're out of what are you out of college? What, 21, 22?
22-ish. Yeah.
And so like you're trying to get established in your career. You've got I'm always thinking you got 8-9 years to do it, get established, boom, have kids at 30 and then just bang them out. If you want to have 6, just bang one out once a year. You know what I'm saying? Like just boom, boom, boom. You have just one.
As easy as that, huh?
Yeah, back to back. All the clothes will fit. You don't have to buy new clothes. Don't keep up with fashion. Who cares? Your kid doesn't care if they're in fashion or not. They just need clothes on them. They don't want to be running around naked. Though I do have friends that let their kids run around naked. Like when they're look at our kids in the backyard. Yeah, go knock it off. But so seriously, somebody who's watching right now, should you rush to have kids? Like Chris Pratt says, rush to have them because that if you don't, you're not going to get to have your kids with you a lot. And I'm just like, I don't think you should rush into anything. Like,
No, especially like that's a life-changing decision,
yeah,
like once you have the kid, that's 18
well,
years.
you can always give them up for adoption, Shayla, if you
I
don't like
mean,
the
you
kids.
could, but would you really?
No, you wouldn't. I'm just saying though, you could. I mean, like, you're like, don't like that one.
So I will say though, I do agree with the part of like, for a woman, as you get older, it's
Yeah,
going to get more, your
difficult.
chances of getting pregnant are going to get a little, not as easy to get pregnant, right? So
Right.
I can
I
see
don't.
that. I can see that. So that is probably like my timeline I will be aware of a little bit because I don't want to like miss my chance.
Right.
But I'm not going to rush anything at the same time.
You
So,
shouldn't. You
mm-mm,
shouldn't.
no.
Yeah. So when you were like before, like when you first met Gustavo, you had to have plans because you knew he was the one when you first saw him, when you stalked him, when he was here going as an exchange student from Brazil. But
He liked me, okay?
well, what's not to
He
like? I
approached
mean,
me first. Let's get that straight.
so once you guys got together, though, did you think about like when you were younger, when you guys met, and as your relationship went on, where you're going like, oh, okay, I'm going to marry him like at this age, and then we're going to have kids. Kid one, it's because there are girls I know like that too. I want to have a kid at this age, and then at this age. Did you think that you would have back in the day? Did you think like, oh, I'm going to have kids at this age, and then it didn't happen? You're like, okay, it's different. Things have happened differently.
Yeah, 100%, exactly. Like I had my timeline. Like I am one of those planners. Like I knew, I wanted to go to college, and then right after college, 23ish, I'd like to get married. Like to have my first kid around 25. That was kind of the goal. Well, I'm 28, so I missed my timeline, but
A
it's
little
okay.
bit.
I still have time. It's
You
okay.
do. Yeah. I mean, you have time. See, you're doing the Bradley J time and you didn't even know it. Time like at 32 years from now, you're going to have your first kid. Boom. The Bradley J plan. Get on it, ladies and boys, men and women. If you're married. All right. Time to move on to my next question, which is what can you not do with your partner because they drive you crazy? I'm going to tell a story about my mom and dad. So later in life, my mom thought I need to spend more time with my husband. And so she had the bright idea because my dad was a golfer that she would go play golf with him. Now, earlier in their marriage, they actually drove a semi truck together. My mom taught
Yeah.
my dad taught my mom. She took lessons, but he kind of showed her everything. That worked out pretty well for them. Okay. Because I don't know why they were stuck in a small compartment together in a tractor trailer. And yeah, that worked out. But the golf thing, my mom thought, oh, I'll go play golf, spend time with it. They got out on the golf course. My dad, not I got patience, or I should say, I didn't get patience from my dad. My dad, not the most patient man. I mean, he's patient, but then once you start to get frustrated, he gets frustrated, or he did, like he did. He got frustrated with my mom. Golfing didn't last very long. So one thing that my mom could not do with my dad because it drove him crazy was play golf. So Shayla, what can you not do with your partner because, well,
Why are you always putting my husband on the spot here? This is the kind of stuff that gets me in trouble.
because you married him and
I know.
you agreed to do this show with me. And so these questions, because I'm not with somebody, I was trying to think like when I was dating and I would say I drove the girls I dated crazy because I'm very social. So they didn't like to go places with me with a big crowd because I would like leave. I would think that they're coming with me, but I would see someone and I would go off and I'd kind of not forget them, but I'd be, oh, I got to go talk to this person. I'd talk. And then I'd kind of like forget that she was standing over there and not beside me. And so I think it drove them crazy that I was so social. And so I've learned from that. Of course, I haven't had a girlfriend for many years. And so I haven't been able to drive a woman crazy for a long time, except my mom. But Shayla, let's get
Want to
back
be
to
Bradley Jay's girlfriend? Run the email across the bottom.
oh, you want me to, okay, here we go. There you go. Email the
Taking
show.
applications now.
Yeah, Shayla will
Operators are standing by.
what do you call that? You will like Shayla will process you and see if you're right for me. But
Yeah.
let's go back to Shayla. What can you not do with your partner because they drive you crazy? So what drives Gustavo? Like he's
What
like,
drives me crazy about
what?
Gustavo?
What? So you go out with Gustavo to do something, but it just he gets drove so crazy. He's like, just go away. I don't want you here while I do this.
I don't know. So just off the top of my head, like what I could not do with him because he would drive me crazy. I don't think I could work with him. Like
Really?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I don't think so. I think we need our our space a little bit. And here's why. I love him. Love him to death. If you're listening, Gustavo, love you. Love you. But he's very high energy. You've met Gustavo. He's
Yeah.
like way up here and sometimes I'm like bring it down a little bit like he's very high energy. So I think doing a Monday through Friday, like 8 to 5 job with him, if we were coworkers, I think that'd be a lot.
Because you guys spend a lot of time together, so there's not like a hobby that he does, and you go out to do it with him, and he's just like fishing. You guys fish together because he's a fisher. He's a fisherman.
Yeah. Yeah. So he loves to fish and I like to fish also, but I do not want to fish all day long. Like he's the type that he's like, let's wake up at 5, let's go fishing and we'll get home at 5 p.m. I'm like, no. I'll go 2 hours. I'll go 2 to 3 hours.
So,
Okay?
have you ever gone like for 12 hours fishing or like that time? Have you ever gone that
Yeah.
far with him? And so,
I've
so,
I've gone with him for a while where it's yeah, and I think I drive him crazy.
so
Yes.
what do you do when you're out there? You just like "Ugh, fish aren't biting. Like, let's go home.
Yeah. I'm like, this is pointless. There is nothing. Let's go. But no, he's just a very determined guy. He's like, no, it's fine.
So is that all he says? He's like, no, it's fine. Just grab something to drink and eat. Grab a book and read it, and quit
He
bothering
says
me. I'm
stop
fishing.
complaining because I'll start complaining because like I'll get hungry and then I
You
want
don't
more.
bring snacks?
I mean, yeah, but I want like a meal.
Give me a meal. Bring me.
Don't want
Cook.
to be around me when I get hangry. So
Here's the thing. Learn. You teach a fish. You teach somebody to fish. They'll eat for life.
yeah,
You've heard that before, right?
I have heard that one. Yes,
All
yes.
right. I'm just, checking. I want to know if somebody's watching, if you left a comment. I'd love to hear from somebody. What can you not do with your partner because they drive you crazy with it? Because I didn't know how you would answer this question because Gustavo just commented, I love fishing. See, listen, you should learn to love what your partner loves. And you shouldn't complain. You should know because he loves it so much. You should know what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to bring a meal with you. You're going to have to
He
bring a book.
he would go every day if I would. Like, no, I don't want to go every day. Like, I like it. I don't love it.
My mom, here's the thing for you,
I
Shayla.
like being outside. Like, I just like being outside, but I don't want to be outside all day, just sitting there waiting for a fish to bite.
Let me tell you what my mom did when my dad would take us fishing out at Wilson Lake. We'd pack up. My dad and I would fish. My mom would bring a lounge chair that folded down. She would lay her towel on it. She would suntan when she was out there.
I do that too. I do
See,
that too. And I listen to music.
you've got things to do. You should go with him more often and spend the day with him. Like
But
the
at
whole
some
12 hours.
point, you get sunburnt.
You bring an umbrella. Here's the thing, Shayla. What I'm trying to tell you without telling you is that if you have to pack all this stuff, like to go, you do it a few times, then he doesn't want you to go because you have to get all this stuff ready to put in the car. So then he's not going, Shayla, let's go fishing. Because he's just thinking if he just has you go fishing, you get the tackle box, the bait, the 2 poles, or how many ever poles you fish with, and go. You're not taking a lot of stuff. But if you got to pack all the stuff, see, now he's watching and listening. Now he knows you didn't catch on. See,
Oh,
I'm trying to help you, but now I had to tell you everything.
That's a good tip, though. That's a good tip. That's like, if he wants me to do some type of chore and then I screw it up and he's like, I'll just do it.
That's what you do. You have to think
You
more.
screw it up or like go above and beyond to where it's too much. And he's like, no.
Yeah. See, because I believe this is true. Women are smarter than men and sneakier than men. They always have been. They always will be. Men will never outsmart women. No matter how hard we try, we won't do it. I lived with my mom and my two sisters, smarter than me. I've learned their tricks because I was around them a lot. But women are smarter and sneakier than men. They just are. It's just how it is, man. You just have to learn to deal with that. All right. So what's your plans this summer? You got any big plans? You got like vacation plans or anything?
I don't have any vacation plans, but I want to make vacation plans. So I want to know, like, where are you going? Are you going somewhere this summer? Like,
why do you want to know? Like, why
no,
are you
not that I want to go with you. I just need some ideas. I want like a quick, like long weekend vacation. So it's got to be somewhere like fairly close, but I don't know where to go. I don't know. I want to plan something because I'm getting jealous of everyone that's going on vacations, and I'm like, I want to go too.
Well, you could go with me on vacation, but Gustavo will be back, so you probably won't want to go because I'm going next.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Wilson Lake. I'm going to a lake to hang out with my family and first cousins for 10 days.
Oh my gosh, that's fun.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. My sister and I, we rented a camper, so we got air conditioning and a place to stay, and so we're gonna go out and do that and do a lot of drinking and laying in the sun, and maybe if my uncle comes out, we'll go fishing. But doing that, I'm trying to think what else I have planned. I don't have a lot of planned. I've already seen Janet Jackson this year. Saw Taylor Tomlinson, the comedian. Those are my two big things. Oh, I bought K-State tickets for the fall. My older sister and I are going, and then my younger sister are going to a Cardinals game later this summer. So I do have some trips I'm going to be making. So pretty excited.
Oh, okay. I did get tickets for something, and Gustavo wanted this really bad.
Does he know about it?
Yes, he knows about it. Yeah. Right. Jeff Dunham at Prairie Band Casino.
Is that where it?
Those tickets sold out so fast. Like I was in the waiting room for it and I kept trying to, he's the comedian. He's the a ventriloquist. Yeah.
Because Rick Smith was asking me, he had heard something about Jeff Dunham, and I was like, I know he's coming to Topeka, but I didn't know where. So their tickets are sold out at Prairie Band. So, there you go. Band.
They sold out like within 5 minutes. It was crazy.
All right. Well, hopefully you and Gustavo can come together on your fishing trips, and it's more fun for Gustavo next time he takes you out. So there you go.
We'll work on it. Thank you. This is basically like couples therapy sometimes, I feel like. So we'll really try to implement these things into our relationship.
Right. Well, it's I like to help my friends out when I can. So there you go. All right. So that's going to wrap it up. Thanks to we had 5 people watch it live, man. So we're growing. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget, you can always leave a comment like Gustavo did. He said, I love fishing. We'd love to hear from you as well. So you can always email the show like I did that. BradleyJ@94country.com. It's going to wrap it up. Shayla, as always, thank you so much and see you next Wednesday.
All right. Bye.